All right, thanks guys for having me back. Bill, I just want to let you know I did clap when he asked people went to the gym. I do go to the gym, I just don't think I'm doing it right. but I don't blame this on the cartoons that I watched. I blame it on my Italian mother who didn't know anything about portion control. When I turned 25, I had to break it to her, "Mama, this ain't baby fat." But I apologize for my appearance. Usually I like to shave when I come here. I had to go to the dermatologist last week. And I just went for just a routine exam. And I think that I must have reminded the doctor of someone that she hates very much. Because she blasted me with that ice squirter and burned things off my face. She's like, "Oh, I see nothing here. No, you know, there's nothing here. Do I see something on your nose? You know?" She said, "I do." I thought my whole face was going to freeze off. Then she gets a needle, puts it in my arm, gets a razor blade, and slices off the chunk of mine. That's why I'm wearing long sleeves tonight. If I had short sleeves on, you would think that I escaped a tribe of cannibals and started dining on me. The doctors were right when I asked her, "Listen, when you're done with that, are you going to return it and sew it back on?" She told me I clearly didn't understand what a biopsy is. Oh gosh, so we had back to school, last month, right? Kids went back to school, and it's nice now. They get an email who their teacher is, the room, all that stuff. I'm 64. When I was a kid, we just showed up. So when I was supposed to be in second grade at age 7, I accidentally wandered into the 6th grade class. By the second week, they realized I wasn't supposed to be there because I asked a simple question: "What's a book report?" So, okay. You don't like the childhood humor? I got more. But I was at a show where one of the comics asked a question. And have you guys ever heard a question or been asked a question and you weren't even thinking about the topic, but the answer was right on the tip of your tongue? Well, this comic asked, "Which cartoon character would you fuck?" And I just blurted out, "Wilma Flintstone." Now, I don't know why. I don't remember ever masturbating in fantasy to Wilma Flintstone, but as I thought about it, I could fuck her from the Stone Age into the Modern Age, no problem. Just have to watch out when I hear the Abba do. I gotta get my clothes and run. Oh gosh, but my family used to own a diner, and we used to serve this pastry. It was phallic shaped, so I nicknamed it Schlong, which, if you don't know what the word Schlong means, it's a Jewish slang word for cock. So one day, this waitress, and I assumed everybody knew what it meant. One day, this waitress holds this thing up in the diner's full, 200 people. Says, "Joe, how much are the schlongs?" The whole diner laughs. She has no idea what she said, and the woman that wanted the pastry no longer wanted the pastry. So that is one of the last times I assumed anything. Oh gosh, so I don't like flying. Anybody else not like flying?
No.
So my ex-wife used to take me on trips and we'd have to fly. So one year she took me on a ski vacation to Colorado. And we took a jet, I had some Xanax, I was fine. We land, I say, "Okay, we're gonna get in a car, we're gonna go up to the mountain, right?" So no, we're gonna get on another plane. Now we get on the plane, one of those little puddle jumpers. So now I'm thinking, I'm scared to death. You know, there's no door, there's no curtain. You can see right outside the windshield of the plane. And we take off, and the pilot had a 2-liter bottle of soda that fell back and started to roll back. And he thought it would be funny to say, "That's the in-flight beverage, everybody take a sip and pass it on." And I'm thinking, this guy's flying a plane, he doesn't know anything about basic hygiene. So we're coming in from landing at the resort, and the plane's going like this: mountain, opening, mountain, opening. And all I could think of is Mother Nature's tits, and I have to expect a male pilot to aim for the cleavage. Something guys don't do. So we land, and obviously I'm here. And I get off the plane, and I say to the pilot, "Not a breast man?" He said, "I prefer drumsticks." Yeah. Oh, come on. It really happened. Come on, I'm not making this stuff up. And when I was a little kid, my mother bought me this shirt. She didn't think I knew my name. She bought me this stupid shirt that said, "Hello, my name is Joseph John." When I think back on this, she was serving me up to the pedophiles on a silver platter with that stupid shirt, right? So I wear this shirt to school one day. I'm walking home, this weird guy in the van goes, "Hey, Joseph John, I want to get in the van. I've got got some candy. Hey, Joseph, you know, when I get in there, I've got a puppy. I didn't know who he was talking to. My mother was right. I didn't know my fucking name. Oh gosh, I'm dating. I'm single for a long time. I'm dating a woman that's half Italian and half Polish. And this past weekend we went down to Florida to visit her daughter. Her daughter told me a story, and this is a true story. So you know, you don't get mad at me, but it's the Polish side of it. The daughter told me that when she had her 7th or 8th birthday, her mom said, you know what, I'm going to get a pinata. That sounds like fun. She didn't realize these kids were pounding, open. She forgot to fill the pinata. So now she's stoned, throwing candy at the kids. God knows what she threw them, probably a couple of joints. But before I met my girlfriend, I was on all the dating sites, and I did get kicked off of all the dating sites for telling the truth. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm a short guy, 5'5", 5'6". I call myself a sawed-off guido. And you know, I don't like to talk on those sites to say, if you're not as tall as me, don't send me a message. So I sent them a message. All I said was, listen, I'm not as tall as you, but I have a really big dick, and I could give you the ride of your life. They report me, I get kicked off. One woman, beautiful, 6'3", reached out, said, baby, what would you do with that big dick? I said, I would climb you like a tree, I would make you see God, and I'd have you screaming for more. He said, baby, that sounds really good. Now what are you going to let me do to you if my dick's bigger? Oh. So I reported her, right? I reported her. What's advertising? They kicked me off for saying I had a big dick. Oh gosh, so I don't know if you see, I have this nervous tick with the mic. It's no big deal, it's just a nervous tick. But what's weird is I have this tick when I work venues that have cordless mics, and that looks really weird. So I was working a venue a couple weeks ago, and they had a cordless mic. And after my set, I get off stage, a woman comes up and she said, I have to ask you, were you jerking off up on stage? I laughed, I said no, I explained the tip. And I smiled when I looked at her and I said, thank you for thinking that my dick was that big. She said, well, before I got you kicked off match, you know, you sent me that message. Now you're laughing at my poor dick jokes. Oh gosh, so has anybody ever gotten a titty whipping? Just me? I'm not talking about a motorboat, you know, I'm talking about a full frontal facial assault and act.
Oh yeah, I did that once.
All right, did you? Okay, so did you get knocked out?
Peaches.
Did you get, for fun you said?
No, peaches.
Okay, oh, peaches, okay. Did you get knocked out?
No.
I got knocked out.
Wow.
So, I have to go to the strip club to find somebody that my mother pissed off that worked for us at the diner, and I said, if this guy doesn't come in, I'm gonna have to do his job. So I tracked him down to a strip club. He's getting a lap dance. I talked to him, he's cool, he's coming in the next day. Stripper gets up, comes walking over to me, she said, I'm not here for this, I'm, you know, whatever you're doing. And she said, I think you need a titty whipping. Like a 3D movie. I don't know what hit me. These things knocked me out. And the next thing I remember, I'm sitting on the bumper of the ambulance, and they're going over my injuries. I had a dislocated jaw, a broken nose, and a concussion. When my ex-wife got the police report, that's when she became my ex-wife. So, I'm going to ask another question. Has anybody ever gotten hotboxed?
What is that?
That's when you get stoned in a room that has no ventilation. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. But I work a venue where people are allowed to smoke pot in the venue. And I get on stage. I don't know what's going on. Apparently, I got high. I got hotboxed. And I made the mistake of getting in my car. And I live 30 minutes from this venue. 3 hours later, I'm driving around, I don't know where I'm at. So I finally pull over, rest my eyes for a few minutes, and then I come to realize I should put my address in my GPS, which I did. I hit start, it says, you've arrived at your destination. I was sitting in my own driveway for the last 20 minutes or so. The weird thing is, I went out to my car the next day, I saw these White Castle boxes. I didn't even know where there was a White Castle. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida about a year ago by myself. And I was getting tired of hanging around the pool, so I did a little sightseeing. And I came across a little town called Wilton Manors. Has anybody ever heard of Wilton Manors? Second gayest town in America. Now, I'm not gay, but I was curious, so I decided to go in and have a drink. I'm minding my own business. This guy comes up to me and says, how much? How much what? How much hair do you have under that shirt? Nobody's ever asked me this question before. I had no idea how to answer it. So I lift my shirt and I show him. Bad thing you do in a gay bar. And he starts petting me. I figured, okay, I'll be his little Italian shithead for a while. Maybe I'll get a free drink. I said, but not below the equator, I'm not gay. I said, sweetie, if you ever want to switch teams, you give me a call. I'd love to be your coach. He gives me his number and he starts to walk away. As he's walking away, he looks back at me and said, when you were a little kid, did you have a shirt that said, hello, my name is Joseph John? Thanks, guys.
Joe Scrocca, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Joe. Now welcome to the stage, your final comment of the evening. He's a regular here at Comedy Cabaret. Make some noise for